This will be cosmetic condition walk-around video number 2 of our 1973 Alfa Romeo Spider 2000. 5-speed, one owner since 1975. So we looked at the exterior at sundown. Now we're going to look at it with the sun on its way down. So I'm going to go a couple of times around. We're going to look at the areas that we specified, and then we're going to move into the inside. So we are about 2.5 feet away from the car at this point. So here are the areas that we discussed yesterday. There is the nose, and that is the washing out I was talking about with the bright sun, but you can still make out some of the patina. And here is some of the patina that we discussed yesterday, although some of it is from falling leaves. I will go around and I will point out specific parts. Door edge on the quarter. I think we had mentioned that the trunk was pretty clean. There's a little chip right there. Here's the back. Here are the same specific parts and the areas around the antenna that I mentioned that have the 2 different shades. This guy, a couple here, that guy. And I think that is it for the rest of that side. And here is that tiny little portion, perforation. Right work, fog lights. Wheels. Bumper. New tailpipe, actually new, almost complete exhaust. Newer, I should say. Go ahead and move inside. It was a little on the dark side. Now we can see very nicely into that black interior. And I wanted to show the fantastic embossed mats. Those are original to the car, rubber. So you can see the beautiful Alfa logo. A little dust from getting in and out. Passenger side, equally beautiful, if not a little more so. We do have the driver's side window open. The passenger side window is closed. So a couple of spots on the seat that I had mentioned. There's a separation in the seam. Here's a separation between the back and the top there. It's maybe 3 inches or so. This is maybe about an inch and a quarter. Other than that, driver's seat is really good condition. Headrest's perfect. Passenger seat, very, very nice. Seat backs were shown. Rear drape, really incredible for a 51, 52-year-old car. So, and then here is our top condition. See, the sun kind of really shows the dust, but suffice to say that was a replacement in excellent condition. Rear window, very, very clear, as I pointed out yesterday. Just outstanding. So, our pedals, steering wheel. So we'll get in, we'll do the bright work. Let's go ahead and a couple of things we did not do yesterday. We will open the hood. We will open the trunk. Open and close the doors. So here is the driver's door panel in the light of day. I think I pointed out the bright work, quarter glass, quarter frame, everything really, really, really nice. The reflector, nice. Really zero effort required to shut that guy. So I believe this is the side that I had mentioned, is that the majority of it was original, and there might have been some blending going from the front of the quarter back into the middle area there. You can kind of see it when I'm in this direction. This direction, not so much. So I think we opened the fuel door yesterday. Since we're here at the trunk, here is the trunk. There's the beautiful original top cover, tonneau or boot. So really, really clean back here. Original jack, original toolkit. As far as I know, this is the original carpeting, original charcoal canister. Go ahead and get back here. There is your matching original CMR spare. There is your fuel tank. So very, very solid here. Here's your stamp, and you can tell it is spectacularly clean under there. So I think we saw from underneath, there is zero rust in that spare well. So put that tuck back in. Go around the passenger side. As I said, the passenger window is closed. Go ahead and leave that closed. Got the belt buckled there. I did mention about the shoulder conversion on the driver's side. Again, zero effort there. Get back into the driver's side. Here is that horn, works great. So here is that adder there. So that converts the 2 into a 3-point harness. It's actually pretty slick, works pretty well. So since we're here, I'll show you the driver's seat back. Passenger seat back is equally nice, if not nicer. So we will hop on in, incorporate the cold start. She's quite cold. We will go ahead and prime the fuel injection. Get the fuel pressure going there. You can hear the pump running. It's probably going to need about 20 seconds or so. So while it is priming, we'll hop back out. I forgot to get in under the hood. We'll pop that open. We can listen to the motor as it warms up. So go ahead and get this guy. Engine compartment, very nice, very tidy. You can see by the records that electronic ignition was added. There's your Bosch blue coil. New reman radiator installed at the PPI visit at Basic Motorsports, so you have all fresh coolant. Got an oil change. Looks like a recent master cylinder was done at some point. I think we do have that in the records as well. So it is going to take a couple of starts. We did push her out. Did not take a temp reading, but I will go ahead and I will do so. Show you that the ground is 64 degrees. Actually, as I get out again, we'll show you that aluminum cam cover is pretty cold. Kind of hard to get a reading on it. There you go. Low 60s, 60 degrees. There is your exhaust manifold, 67 degrees. That is iron. And here is your radiator, 65 degrees. So ice cold, completely ambient. Just for schniggles, we'll go shoot the tailpipe. That is a telltale. So sitting in the sun, 57. Again, kind of all over. Ground below it, 60 degrees. So we are ice cold. You can hear that fuel pump running. So we should be able to get her going, and after a couple of cranks. It is the old style starter, even though the battery is full charge, will not crank as quick as you would think. Give her a second shot. And give her a third shot. And once that gets going, it is generally just fine. I think it is because, as I mentioned in our other video, our owner is up in years, and probably the last 10 years the car has maybe had a couple hundred miles put on it. So it definitely needs to be run, but once you get her fired up, she is happy as could be. And as it stands, she hasn't been fired up in probably two and a half weeks since we got her out of her PPI at Basic Motorsports, and there is no gas, so she fired up all on her own, just using the fuel injection and the ignition. So as you can see, it's exact same mileage yesterday, 82,221. She's just been pushed in and out of the garage, which is not really too hard because she doesn't really weigh much. So we have, as you can see, even at a very low idle, spectacular oil pressure. Obviously we have a 0 water temp because she's ice cold, as we showed. She's got about a half a tank, and we don't really have any reading because it is such at a low idle. Now we do have an active throttle switch, which most of the time these things are completely disabled by now, but I can pull on this guy and you will advance your throttle. Actually, I think you have to have a little throttle to get that going. So I'll put it back in there. I'll give it just a little bit of gas. And then the throttle holds it in place. So you see I'm taking my foot off the gas, and it is holding it up at that 750 or 800. So if I push it back in, you'll see the idle drops back down again. Give it a little bit more gas. This time I'll take it up to, say, 1500. Hold it at 1500. Then pull on the throttle and it will hold it at 1500. Foot is off the gas. She's holding at 1500. So that is how that works. If you wanted to take it up to $2,000 and use the throttle hold at $2,000, that is where it would stay. So I'm going to go ahead and release the throttle hold. See, it's kind of holding right around 800-900. So we're going to go outside. Listen to her purr. And that is about as smooth as these 2 liters get. So all factory cams, like I said, the factory speaker fuel injection, everything is in place. And this thing is really just smooth as silk. So there is 0 movement at all in the motor itself. Come around to the other side. Now to the exhaust. We will listen to the exhaust. Again, beautifully smooth. That is just some steam because it is cool and we are starting to get some temp, but it is running absolutely smooth. See if we have any water temp at all here. Water temp gauge is moving just a little bit. It is finally registering at 100. You see it is holding right around 900. So we'll go ahead and just give her a little bit of gas. So as temp gauge now is starting to crest 100, we will continue to let her warm up. As we're inside, just go ahead and check over on this passenger door panel, which is very, very, very clean, great condition. Here's your reflector, all your bright work, your door release, your window crank. Here's our interior. We are missing the little bit here that you grab onto to open it, but it is smooth as could be. Opens up, you can see it was a non-smoker car, very clean. It's your original cigarette lighter. It is actually an insert, not a pull-out. And here are your wiper and fan controls. Have your radio. Radio is in op, but it is a beautiful example. I'm not sure what the brand is. There's nothing on it, but pushers all work fantastically. So the knobs all move, so I am not sure if it is not hooked up, but that definitely would be worth looking into. Our HVAC controls. Very smooth. What appears to be original shifter material, original shift knob. And again, you heard the horn, but I'll show you all three. All three of those work beautifully. Here's our glove box with our registration in it. Tire sticker. Do have 2 cracks in the dash. This guy, and then this little one back here. Other than that, really, the vents, everything is in otherwise generally really good condition. These binnacles are just in superb condition. Usually these, with any kind of driving at all, they warp. This texture peels and flakes. They're really quite nice. Mirror glass is pretty clear. Rear view is pretty clear. So again, Getting a little bit of water temp. It's halfway between 100 and 140. So we will continue to let her warm up. Hope you've enjoyed the presentation.